Here's a bit about an eclipse which took place on the 27th of August, 413 BC, and it was visible from Syracuse on Sicily. And this was one of the most infamous eclipses of ancient history because it more or less led to the defeat of an entire Athenian campaign. So the context for this was the Athenians had tried to lay siege to Syracuse on Sicily. They had done this as part of the Sicilian expedition, which Thucydides talks about in his history of the Peloponnesian War. It had gone badly. It had gone very badly. And now the chance was there really for the Athenians to escape. That's all they could do. They were stuck in the great harbour of Syracuse on marshy land, a temporary camp. They needed to get out. If they could get out and regroup, say at Naxos or Catana, things would be good, or potentially could be good. But the problem was, around 9:40 in the evening, an eclipse took place, a lunar eclipse. And the general there was Nicias. Nicias was there not because he wanted to be. Funny enough, he was there because of a bluff that had backfired, which I can do something about in another video. In fact, he's not very good at bluffs. There was another famous bluff that he got wrong. Anyway, so he's there and he sees this eclipse, and they consult the soothsayers and whatnot in the Greek camp. And it comes back that the Greeks are told this is the god saying that you should really stay put. In fact, you should stay put for 27 days. And Nicias, despite everyone around him saying, we don't have the time, we've got to get out of Dodge pretty quick, he says, no, we're going to stay. In that time, Syracuse drills its navy, which isn't very good, and gets them better. In that time, you've got deterioration of the Greek triremes, or rather the Athenian triremes. You've got disease, illness, and everything taking place within that camp. It's just getting worse. And they tried to break out a couple of times after this, but by that point their forces were so weakened, and also the opposition, the Syracusan force, the navy, was just that bit better. They never had the opportunity to do so. That was their one chance to get away. And what happens at the end is really quite pitiful. They are forced to march overland, and the entire Athenian expedition is captured, and there are very few survivors. So there we go. One of the most highly impactful and somewhat tragic lunar eclipses of antiquity.